It started like many stories in the Catholic Church, with trust, respect, reverence.
Accused of molesting dozens of children over 2 decades. And New England cable news reporter Greg Whalen has more.
But behind the collar of Father John Gayagan was a decades-long nightmare that would ultimately rock the very foundations of the Church. John Gayagan was ordained in 1962. He worked in multiple parishes around Boston and was known for his charm with families, especially with children. But quietly
Church
over
leaders
the years,
repeatedly
rumors
moved him
began
from
to
one
build.
congregation to another,
Whispers turned
despite
into
knowing about the
complaints,
allegations
and
against him.
complaints became cover-ups. By the 1990s, the truth was too large to ignore. John Gayagan had molested over 130 boys, some as young as 6 years old. And in 2002, after decades of abuse, he was convicted and sentenced to prison for hard R on a 10-year-old boy. He was serving a 10-year sentence in Massachusetts when, just 1 year later, another inmate, Joseph Druce, unlived him in his cell. Gayagan was 68.
To the second count of murder in the second degree. Guilty?
Yes, sir.
And doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Doing so because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you?
The reason I killed is because he was a child.
But you did in fact kill him?
Oh, sure.
And you intended to kill him?
Oh, sure, yes. Well, if it's all right, I'd like to tell you where it started.
Go ahead.
All right, well, he was my bunkie, and I had found out that he was in prison for chasing a really bad case. So that night he was trying to justify why he did it, and I just told him to be quiet, and he would have to leave in the morning to find a new cell. But he continued to talk about it and try to justify it, so he was a little bit bigger than me, so I got down and I hit him in his face a few times, and when he fell, I wrapped a cord around his neck and I took his life.
On the world of prison justice, few cases are as chilling and oddly straightforward as that of Steven Sandison. In 2014, Sandison was already serving a life sentence for unliving when he unlived his cellmate, 67-year-old Theodore Dyer, inside Michigan's Saginaw Correctional Facility. The motive? Sandison claimed Dyer admitted to molesting a child. According to Sandison's own confession, the two were discussing their past crimes when Dyer confessed to sexually abusing a young family member. Sandison said he gave him a chance to recant, but Dyer didn't. So Sandison smothered him with a plastic bag and calmly waited for guards to find the body.
Plead to the second count of murder in the second degree. Guilty?
Yes, sir.
And doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Doing so because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
What needed to be done.
The reason I killed him was because he was a child
place
molester.
in this world. He even refused a lawyer and told the judge he didn't want a trial. Sandison was sentenced to another life term without
But you did in fact kill
but
him?
it was
Oh,
clear
sure.
And you
he
intended
didn't
to kill him?
care. His case has sparked debate online. Some view him as a vigilante delivering prison justice. Others say murder is murder, no matter the reason. But one thing's certain, Steven Sandison isn't sorry, and he made sure the world knows it.
And tell us what happened.
All right, I guess he decided to clear his conscience or something, but, he told me what he was in prison for, that he had, was accused of being an 11-year-old girl, and he got 25 to life for it, and, I told him that's enough, I don't want to hear any more. I first, punched him a couple times. Still wouldn't shut up. Still kept telling me he wanted to explain that he didn't do it, that he was being set up and all this stuff, and I don't know, I just got mad and then hit him and then I killed him. When I hit him and knocked him out, and then I took the shoelaces out of his shoes, tied them together, wrapped it around his neck, and strangled him. Then after I was done, I was aware of what I was doing, and then I just put him on his bed and covered him up and climbed in my bed and went to sleep.
I noticed, we've been in your cell, that it appears that all of your belongings you
Packed up, yep.
Okay. When did you do that?
Right after I knew he had.
Right after you knew.
So,
And the reason for doing that would be?
because when you go to the hole, that's usually what the police do, to pack it up, and I figured, they're going to tear my shit up, so
Okay.
let me just do it myself.
So what happened to the shoelaces?
Flushed them down the toilet.
Okay. Now, those laces came out of Ted's shoes.
Yeah.
And then when you were done, you flushed it down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
because I'm an idiot. I don't know. Just, I mean, you know, obviously I don't think right. I'm in prison for most of my life, so my thinking isn't really rational. I don't know. I just kind of,
Thought that that was the appropriate thing to do at that time?
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I just, you know, I know murdering somebody's not a good thing, but I mean, Jesus, man, if
Yeah.
there's the things this guy did, things he said he did,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want someone like that on the street again.
So,
I do what's necessary. I do what some people won't. I mean, you guys are cops. You arrest people all the time for stuff that you wish you could shoot them in the face. I already know that. I'm not stupid. You know, I mean,
I understand.
there's crimes that shouldn't be committed. So, you know, I just have, I don't know, I just don't have any empathy for people.
So basically, what you did, you figure Ted got what he deserved.
Ted got what he deserved. I believe that with all my heart.
Okay.
You know, I hit him a couple times and I pulled the chair back and sat in the chair, and then he kind of got up posturing on me. You know, that's kind of like means, you know, he got up like, you know. So I was like, okay, you know, and then I caught him again, and when he went down, I was like, yeah, sucks to be you. I just don't think stabbing or shooting somebody's a little too impersonal. Figured anybody might as well be personal about it, right?
You think that's more personal?
Yeah, it just, you know, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but if you have to go to that extent,
Yeah.
I want it to be personal. I don't like violence, but if I have to go to that extent, then I want it to be personal.